See, as founder of Rabbitt AI, which is a leading Gen AI company based out of London in India, one thing which I've seen in the Gen AI world is driving parallels from internet revolution. See, when internet revolution came in, what are the biggest players who emerged out of that revolution were the ones who were focusing on the core aspect of internet, which was connection and network. So companies who came out of the internet revolution, the likes of Zomato, Uber, Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, all these companies, and Amazon, they were all focusing on creating a marketplace where they were connecting a buyer to a seller, a consumer to a producer, and these kind of companies became prominent because internet's inherent capacity was connection. Before internet, you cannot connect that easily to people, and companies who focused on enhancing connection were the winners. If we draw this analogy to Gen AI world, no, so AI's specific advantage is problem solving, solution, and intelligence. Intelligence is the key term behind AI. So companies which focus on solutions, that means companies which focus on industry specific solutions, maybe generating an AI for doing better drug discovery, or generating AI for handling customers better for a business, or generating AI or building an AI model for doing the education, for making education better, for making AI for making financial services better. So these kind of companies will win. That is one trend which I can see. Second trend I will derive from the former Google CEO, who said, you look at the refrigeration technology and Coca-Cola. When refrigeration technology came in, the biggest winner may not be the refrigeration companies who sold refrigerators, but the ones who made products and applications. One example is Coca-Cola. So you see, Coca-Cola's market cap will be bigger than all the refrigeration companies combined in the world. So probably in Gen AI, we also need to look at that angle rather than creating just the base models. If we can create specific applications which are leveraging AI but adding a lot of human value, those will win. And third trend, I guess, is very Indian specific context. I guess the people say that. So I met a very senior investor in San Francisco, and he said, "Harneet, the only people right now making money in Gen AI are the ones who are telling people how to make money from Gen AI." So what essentially that means is education, right? Or making people aware. That is also a very big trend where I guess a lot of players, a lot of companies will come who are making leaders, students, policymakers, developers aware about the use cases, the benefits and the cons of Gen AI. I guess that is another trend, education and skilling trend. These kind of companies will come up and be really big.
You talk about the money. There is a study published. As per study says that funding has been declined this year in first 6 months comparing to the last year. The decline is about 1.8% approx. What do you see the reason behind the decline in startup funding? And if I talk about specifically about the AI startups.
Okay, I guess that's true that funding might have declined, but I also say this, the real founders, the people with stuff, the companies with stuff are not actually concerned about that. So if you're building a real product, you should not, which can add real value, immense value, you should not be worried about that, because these stats are correct, but I don't find them much relevant. Why? Because see, this first of all, if I talk of Indian context, so I guess what Western world makes in $1 billion, we can do it in $10 million or of that scale, right?
Yeah, that's.
So I also, wrote an article or got featured in an article where it was like Indian startups are powered by Jugaad and not by VC money. So we as Indians know how to do Jugaad. So even in 1/10 of the funding or 1/100 of the funding compared to the West, we are able to make real value-adding startup products, solutions, services. So I guess we should not be concerned. Real people who have a real solution, real value addition, should not be concerned about funding. And second quick take on that is, funding is one metric, but also look at the revenue generation. So if you look at revenue generation, you also look at IT services companies, not just the AI startups. They are getting a lot of revenue. If you look at their quarterly calls, companies like Infosys, TCS, Wipro, Accenture, Cognizant, they are making a lot of money through Gen AI through Gen AI services, through Gen AI solutions. So I guess that's a positive metric also, that revenue is also increasing in this space. So overall, I guess it's a good scenario right now, not to be worried about.
Talking about revenue, how has been the performance of your company in last quarter and broadly in the last fiscal year?
So I guess we have been really blessed. So we are right now we are on the path to cross $10 million ARR. So we recently raised $2.1 million in funding, but very fortunate to tell you that we are doing 7 big projects and we have an annual runway of more than 10 million ARR. And very soon we hope to reach 100 million mark within probably next 2.5 years. So revenue wise, we are sorted and we are a company which always focuses on revenue. We are doing real projects, adding real value for clients and making real money.
That's good, but what are your future growth plans? Where do you see your company after 2 or 3 years?
Okay, that's interesting. So see, at Rabbit, and I'll also tell you what we are doing currently. Currently, we have fine-tuned certain open source models and we are providing that to enterprises. Two, we are building a lot of GenAI applications for use cases like finance, healthcare, education, defense. And three, we are also providing upskilling, learning and staffing services in the world of GenAI. So if I define these three verticals, I guess in the LLM space, we are doing a lot of research. We are going for creating our IPs. We are doing research with various universities, IITs, and are trying to create more and more patents around the technology and the models we have. In the second space, application space, I guess we are talking to a lot of legacy industries to help them transform into a GenAI powered behemoth. And in the third space, education and upskilling and staffing, I guess we plan to launch something specifically for Indian market on how can students get them upskilled in AI, Gen AI, and get better jobs and probably steal jobs from the whole of the world. As India have done in the IT space, I want India to do the same in the Gen AI space.